get you another blanket.
I don't want a bloody blanket.
All right.
Where's my bag?
Now I'll have to change it. It's filthy. The bed cover.
Is that better?
Not really.
Shirley, can I borrow your ophthalmoscope?
Yes.
Well, if it is now little Diana, once nursed, never forgotten.
Why, somebody knows my name.
Come on, love, you're not the only patient in this ward.
I am to me.
Oh, all of a piece, aren't we? Do you know the last time you discharged yourself, you even woke up Mrs. Amano, and she had what you'd call sleeping sickness?
Flattering.
Won't count on it.
Got a bag?
If you're good.
Always open to bribery.
This time try and stay the course.
Come up. The ophthalmoscope's on my desk.
Right, I'll see you later.
All right. I'll be back later.
Don't push yourself.
It's all in the line of duty.
It's a word I don't recognise, ducky.
Where the hell is everyone?
Where the hell are you?
What is it? What on earth's the matter? It's all right, nurse, thank you.
There you are.
Will you please keep your voice down? Other people are trying to sleep.
One day I was walking across a field, deep in the country. There wasn't a house or a human being in sight. Just miles and miles of emptiness. And there, a yard in front of me, was a fried egg. A perfect fried egg, like the reflection of the sun. The albumen shiny because it was still warm. It was the most frightening moment of my life. Not even a crack.
Crack?
In the mask. Nurses always wear them.
I don't understand.
You just don't want to. What's your name?
My name?
You must have one.
Nurse Brent.
Your Christian name. You've got to be a Christian.
Shirley.
Named after little Shirley Temple. Oh, how sweet. Mrs. Shirley Black. On the good ship Lollipop.
Yes.
Stop.
Either I'm out of step or the rest of the world is.
Hey?
Nothing. I don't know how to talk to them, and they don't want to talk to me.
Nonsense.
Oh, you see?
See?
You're the same.
That's not fair.
Oh, I'm not blaming you. On the
It's
contrary.
a bit one-sided.
One-sided.
You know, brick wall, one-sided.
Look, say what you mean. I'm sorry, but I'm in no mood for innuendos, at least not tonight.
Right then. If I unburden myself to you, I feel bloody vulnerable if you don't do the same, and you never do.
Well, nobody's interested in me.
Try us.
That patient.
Diana.
Yes. I don't like her, and I can't help her.
Oh, you can't help her because you don't like her.
Touche.
But it shouldn't make any difference. You're a nurse.
Don't I damn well know it?
Then keep hold of that.
Hold? That's what I've got to keep hold of.
Rubbish. Look, I know she's a time waster.
Yes, taking it from others who are really ill.
Isn't she?
Yes,
Because it's self-inflicted.
right.
She's not a monster, you know. She's brighter than most and far too perceptive, which is probably what drove her to it in the first place. Some have headaches, ulcers. Others take drugs. Barbs, drink, acid, what have you.
Well, I resent her.
You don't, dear.
She talks too much.
Who?
Diana.
Don't we all?
I don't. I've never been able to. Not about the things that matter.
And why is that?
Talking hurts.
It would hurt less if you did.
I know that. I suppose that's why I wanted geriatrics.
How do you mean?
Let them do the talking.
And the living for you.
And then I want to do psychiatry. I must be mad.
I don't see why.
Give me one good reason.
Because you want to do it. Look, Shirley, we've had our differences in the past. But you've got a lot to offer. You've got the right qualities. So start by being positive with her. Encourage her to talk. Ask her questions. But remember what you've been taught.
And which nursing homily is that?
Always remain objective. And in that way, your own feelings don't get in the way.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Anyway, she likes you.
There you are, then, the proof of the pudding.
Well, I still feel inadequate.
Don't be silly. You're a very good nurse.
Well, since you want me to confide in you, I'll tell you something else. I'm lonely. Here, let me.
The stars out tonight. I don't know if it's cloudy or bright. 'Cause I
You don't mean that?
Too drunk to think.
Well, you love thinking,
No, not always.
even when it's unpleasant. Why?
Customers always ask tarts the same question.
Why?
Revenge against them.
Them?
You know.
Well, who?
Guess.
Your parents?
Good girl. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who was lucky enough to have the perfect parents. They gave her everything she could possibly want. Private education, constructive toys, pretty non-iron dresses. They made every sacrifice in the book. Gave her almost everything,
Almost.
except trust. And they couldn't give her that because they didn't trust themselves or each other. Their life was a beautiful, symmetrical lie. An art form, really.
I don't understand.
Oh, I think you do. I was the living proof of their once removed goodness. If I was perfect, so were they.
Parents do their best.
Never a row, of course, but silent irritations too subtle to pinpoint.
You're talking for talking's sake.
And why not my pet? For God's sake, stop fiddling! My mother always waited a second too long before turning off the kettle. It had a whistle, a little screeching whistle. My father never said he hated it, but she knew.
Everyone does that sometimes.
I expect they do. Have you got a cigarette? wouldn't have thought you smoked.
I don't.
Then why the...
They were for my father.
When my mother went shopping, my father always waited until she reached the front door before calling her back. So she had to go all the way back to the study because he never shouted quite loudly enough. Of course, he always apologised politely before he repeated what he needed.
Well, if you understand...
Oh, I know. But I don't understand.
Well, that's splitting hairs.
That's life.
But you're killing yourself.
Maybe. But in the meantime, I'm very much alive. Are you?
Were they that bad, your parents?
No, it was just the strain.
Oh?
The halo strangled me.
That's not true.
Not quite. Did you know you can have trust without love, but not the other way around?
But revenge?
If I fell, I took them with me.
At what cost?
It was worth it. Only to expose their lie.
No.
Yes, their virtue. Or rather habit, and that's something else.
Well, habit's automatic.
Right. Virtue's original.
But you've only got one life.
On the contrary, we should have hundreds, thousands, millions, unless we're playing a part, watching ourselves, watching them, watching us.
Never losing your temper.
Never inconsistent.
And never too demanding.
Join the club. You don't like me, and I know why. We're the same, Shirley Temple. Only you're the other side of the coin. I recognised you the moment I set eyes on you. You bury yourself in work.
All nurses work.
Because it stops you noticing. You work until you drop, so you don't have time to think and you're too tired to care.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. I know it is, you know it is. It's your addiction.
My parents love me.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure.
Or is it just safe? You look scared.
No.
Liar. Kids who run away. Sometimes it's the first positive thing they've ever done. The poison's there at home and they're running for their lives. Just you think. You hear about the ones who go wrong. Oh, the media loves them. But never about the others who make out. You never will.
Will what?
Run away, love. You'd have done it by now otherwise.
You've run. And you haven't made out. On and on about your parents. If you were free, you wouldn't need drugs and you wouldn't talk like this.
That's not
You'd have
true.
forgotten. Yes, it is. You're here because you haven't the guts to start again without them. And you want everybody else in exactly the same boat. You're a coward.
Shut up!
What are you up to? Oh, thieving, is it? Oh, I suppose you thought you'd get some money, did you? Some money out of Nurse Brent's bag. You're all the same, your sort. Go and admit it. That's what you were doing.
What
Going
on
through
earth's
Nurse
going
Brent's-
on?
She was going through your bag. Told you what they're like.
Will you please return to your room? Told me what? You said I told you.
What they're like.
They?
Addicts.
There are no theys in this hospital, nurse, only people. We put no one under a heading. Kindly remember that. Now, will you go and sit with Miss Buckle? She's very upset. I don't wish her left until she's asleep.
Yes, Doc.
Disappointed, ducky.
What were you going to...
Steal? Is that the word you're after?
If you like.
It never occurred to you that I didn't want to steal anything. Only look.
Why on earth should you want to do that?
Why, indeed. Contents of a bag can be very revealing. Tell you things about the owners they don't even know themselves. Small human things. Love letters. Lists begun and not finished. Clubs joined and never visited. Dress of someone you met on holiday and know you'll never see again, even as you're writing it down. Attendance card at the Clap Clinic. Oh, I might have guessed you wouldn't have had one of those.
They're nothing to be proud of.
But it shows a certain curiosity, a risk taken, a disillusion shared. No, yours was interesting for what it didn't hold. Like a room without pictures or books. No character, no clues. I I needn't have bothered.
You had only to ask.
Ask? I wouldn't ask you the time of day. Did you really imagine that I'd be so grateful to you for talking to me just now that I put myself on an asking level? You've a lot to learn, including the fact that no one calls me a coward.
Oh, two can hit at bull's eyes.
Don't try and play games with me.
The whole of your life's a game.
Isn't yours?
I don't think so.
Think so? Don't you know?
I do what I do because I want to. I do it because I believe in it. You don't believe in anything.
Quite right, darling.
You're acting now, you don't even know it. Who was it said, watching them, watching us, watching them?
Don't quote back at me.
I'll be what I am, but not what I say. We're both losers, but you don't even know it.
Where does that put you? One step up?
Perhaps.
From me?
Perhaps.
Next, you'll be telling me I need you.
And vice versa.
I don't understand.
Doesn't matter.
No, you may as well go on now you've started.
I'm not sure that I understand. But I can tell you things that I've never told anyone, not even myself. And I don't think you've been needed before.
That's not true.
Well, who does then? Need you. Not your parents.
Nor yours.
No, nor mine. Who then? Friends?
Have you any?
No, none. So I became a nurse.
Not a very admirable reason.
To feel needed. It's a fair substitute.
A pretty tatty one.
I don't think so. At least here I can do something for someone. Nurse them until they're well. And they're grateful. And that's better than nothing.
Not much.
But it is something. No, I'm wrong. To me, it's everything.
It's pathetic.
Not pathetic to them. Oh, other nurses are liked more. Have more sympathy, get on well with patients. But when they need me, I'm there. And I go on being there through pain, vomit, incontinence, through things they couldn't bear their best love to know. So whatever relationships they have outside,
Yours is special.
it's unique.
You haven't settled for much.
Well, it's taken all the courage I can muster to settle for less than I expected.
That's not courage, that's compromise.
Perhaps that's another word for it. But at least I haven't given up.
Not a very lovable quality, courage.
Don't I know it?
Why did you do something about it then? Do you enjoy playing the martyr?
Well, you just take, and that's worse. And you'll go on taking and using and scheming until someone has the guts to stop you.
No one ever will.
You arrogant bitch!
And why not?
Because you've nothing to be arrogant about. You go on as if we've all failed you.
Haven't you?
Does it never occur to you that it's you that's failed us? You can't go on blackmailing the whole world because no one cares enough about you for that. And the way you are, no one ever will.
Shirley,
What?
remember what I told you about being a nurse?
Oh, no. No, you're the nurse. She's a human being.
Now listen.
No, you listen to me for a change. She's lost her temper with me, which puts us on some sort of equal footing. Not much, but it's something. Because I'm fed up with well-meaning kindness and endless patience. There's another word for patronage. What is it you're told? Don't get involved. Not that. For her, I might try.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I've never been so certain of anything in my life. Just starting my training.
Well, I suppose Madam's a good patient to start with.
You're a manipulator.
That's right.